Hey guys, Mike Morano. I have been a fan of Bray Wyatt since I remember when NXT used to be on just Hulu. Um, I think back in 2012 and 2013 before they launched the WWE Network. Bray was always such a charismatic figure. Part of me, I just, I don't even really know if I have the right words. Last night, seeing the news that Bray passed away, and then watching SmackDown tonight, I wanted it all to marinate and really gather my thoughts properly before I made an instant reaction video to stuff you read online. Bray Wyatt was somebody that I always looked up to, and he was actually a real inspiration of mine. One of the greatest minds in wrestling, but what we've learned over the last 24 hours hearing stories from so many people is Wyndham Rotunda, his real life name. He was just a great guy, and I was there for so many really cool moments. One of the coolest moments that I remember is paying $80 when I lived in Pennsylvania. I paid $80 to take a cab to go meet Bray Wyatt at Adventureland comic store that they had. I believe it was in Gloucester or whatever it was in. And I met him, and we took that photo where we were posing, and the Wyatt Gym tank tops. That was in 2019. And I told him, I said, I paid $80 to come here to, take a cab to meet you. And he said in his voice, "Oh, man, you did that for me, man." And he laughed as he was wiping his sweat with his towel that he had. And I don't know, he brought the Fiend in, and people forget, in 2019 there was no Bloodline storyline. There were no real that many interesting things going on in WWE around that time, besides, of course, the emergence of Becky Lynch. When Bray brought in the Firefly Funhouse, and week by week it would evolve and evolve, and then finally we would see the Fiend. That was at a time where I lost my mother, and I never realized that was such an escape for me from dealing with real life stuff and being entertained by Bray. I mean, buying every stitch of merchandise, anything I can get my hands on that had to do with Bray Wyatt, I bought it. Watching him and all those entrances and being in the crowd for so many amazing moments. This past January at Raw 30 with that moment between he and The Undertaker in the middle of the ring. What did The Undertaker say to him? It'll live on forever. We don't know. I think part of me wasn't even going to make this video because I don't care if 5 people watch this or if 10 people watch this. I couldn't care less. But as a diehard wrestling fan and somebody who is so excited, the one thing I want to say is my wife and I will be in Philadelphia next year for WrestleMania, and I would be shocked if Bray Wyatt is not one of the main headliners for the WWE Hall of Fame in Philadelphia. I love Bray Wyatt. I really do, and really appreciate all the work that he put in. We were at technically his first match back in his last run in WWE against Jinder Mahal at Madison Square Garden. My wife and I were there for the holiday tour. And we went, and we were going to go regardless. But it was extra special knowing we got to see Bray. And I remember there's a signed photo right there, if we can get a shot of that, of Bray Wyatt that we got that night. And my wife had asked the the guy at the merchandise stand if there were any signed photos that night, because I made her ask, right? And he said, yeah, just one of a guy named Brian Watt. Brian Watt. It was Bray Wyatt. And I cried so much last night. You know, I only got like 4 hours of sleep, and then I went to work, and my air conditioner just went on. And then I went to work, and honestly, at work, I kept thinking about Bray all day. It's so weird, right? Like, he's a celebrity, and he's a professional wrestler. I'm just a fan. I don't really know him, right? But I felt such a deep connection to him, and well, I want to wrap this video up in a second, but I just want to say he had a profound impact on so many people. My thoughts and prayers go out to his whole family, all of his close personal friends, everyone who really, really loved Bray. I loved him. Deep down, I thank him for all of the amazing memories and all the creative ideas that he made come to life. And he'll always be missed. So, I don't know. Other than, I love you, Bray. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for always giving such a great escape to everyday life. And, you're my guy, Bray. You're always my guy. Just rest easy, man.